Yo, what's going on, peoples, man? It's Total Flipz back again with another video. I thought I might as well return since one of my supporters asked me this important question, one that I know you guys have been waiting for. How do they find Wonderkids in this new game? And you know what? I'm just here to show you guys because that's who I am. So make sure you guys are locked in for the length of this video because I'm going to be showing you guys at least 3 ways on how to find Wonderkid you can sign your save. This can be for any club. I'm going to cater this to any type of save. So make sure you stay locked in with this one. All right, no dilly-dallying, let's get straight into it. The first method, yes, the first method I'm going to show you guys is to scout with recruitment focuses. The one thing I love about this game is the fact that we have bookmarks. And within bookmarks, you're able to make recruitment focuses a favorite option. So it's a bookmark basically. If I was to do this and click on recruitment focus, bang, it's right there. What I have to do is click into it, and here we are. Here we are. So now, this looks pretty different compared to FM24 and the previous FMs when the recruitment focus was first introduced. But don't worry, it's pretty simple. It's very simple. So to create a new recruitment focus, all you need to do is click right here. Since I've already created one for myself with my testing, I'm going to show you guys how I created this Wonderkid focus. I'm going to click on here, this pencil icon, which makes me edit the recruitment focus I've already set up. You want to make sure that any position is ticked. You don't want to search for a specific position unless you want to do so. Feel free to do so because you have the option to choose for in possession and out of possession for this year due to the new tactical revamp. Next, you want to make sure that you're choosing the role if you are going specifically position, but if that's the case, all the options over here will be grayed out and you have no option to choose it. Click on next. From here, you want to type in the name, set the minimum current ability to 5 grey stars, and you want to set the minimum potential ability to at least 2.5 gold stars. I'd say you could probably push it up to 3 max, but you want to make sure that you give your scouts at least a big range in terms of players they can scout in terms of these Wonderkids. The age, you can set this between 15 to 20. You could push it up to 21, but I think 20 is the, it's a sweet spot in my eyes. Now, once we're done with this section, the final part would be to look at the regions and areas, continents, nations, competitions as well, where you'd like to scout. So for me, I got these 8 right here. I've got South America, Eastern Europe, Northern Europe, which is basically Scandinavia. Got Japan, South Korea. You got Central Europe, Western Europe, and Western Africa, people, man. These are the locations you want your scouts to be looking into for those cheap and high value Wonderkids. Now, when it comes to recruitment focus priority, all depends on how quickly you want these Wonderkids in. For this example, I've got it on top, but any other recruitment focus that I do in my own saves, I make sure that it's ongoing. So it's either between these 2 choices, what you like to do. For top priority, you gotta make sure there's at least 2 scouts that have been assigned. Yeah, it just has to be because the results are returned pretty fast. You wanna make sure you have the best scouts at your disposal to be scouting for these guys, and make sure that the active focuses they have is at least 0 or 1, because you don't want to be giving them too much work. Come on, man. We don't want to be overworking our staff members, peoples. So as you can see, these 2, they're currently on 1 at the moment. So I've got these guys on this recruitment focus. Once that's done, I don't really bother with the analysts. I'm sure they pick out the best analysts out of my team, as you can see right here. So nothing for you to worry about too much. Once you click on that, click on confirm. Click on confirm once again. And if I go into this recruitment focus, Wonderkid focus, you can see that this right here are the 2 players that have been scouted for me. One thing I would recommend when you do start a save, you get a whole list of default template recruitment focuses. You can decide to keep them. For me personally, I'm not going to be scouting in Northern Ireland. One thing I have noticed with FM26 is that this is still bugged, so it'll show me reports when it's not directly linked to Northern Ireland. So don't worry about it. The best way to get rid of it is just click on another tab, and then obviously it's still 0. But I'm going to get rid of it because we don't need it. Same with Scotland, we don't need it. Since we're Arsenal, we don't need to be scouting in Scotland. Scout Championship, we could keep it in there, but it's your preference, peoples, man. But as you can see, it's returned 2 results already. We haven't even seen this in the future already, which is pretty fast, as you can see. We have Eli Junior Kroupi. This guy was a known wonder kid in F24. Currently at Bournemouth, however, he previously played for Lorient, as you guys can see, but he made the move over to Bournemouth in this summer's transfer window. It's crazy because they decided to send him out on loan. Maybe they don't need him, whatnot. It's fine with me because me personally, I'll probably snap him up for that price as well. Pretty good price. Plus we could wait until second season to try and sign him, but he is a good option for you to bring in if you'd like to. The other option would be Mikel. That's what I'm going to call him because his second name is a bit of a tongue twister for me. He plays for FC Midtjylland, a French left-sided winger. Looking pretty good, very strong on his right foot, 6'1". Looks pretty good, honestly. In this moment right here, I'd essentially just make sure that he's fully scouted so we have every single bit of information on him. And also going into his performance to have a look at his scouting report. You can see he's a decent EFL Championship player, but with a bit more game time, he could be a practical signing for the future, lads. I've seen a couple days into the future and I've been able to see at least 50, yes, 50 players that are being scouted in progress. When we have a look at this list, there's quite a lot of names in there, as you can see. Quite a lot of them, they are on a very good recommendation from our scouting team, useful, practical. So it's just a case of going into each of these players and having a look to see if they are worth that value for your team. This Brazilian right here, Gabriel Mech, could be a wonder kid for your team for sure. That personality with fairly determined, his attributes looking pretty decent for a 17-year-old. Another thing I could advise, which ties in with my first point, is scouting UEFA Youth League in recruitment focus. This is the best way to do it. Simply creating a recruitment focus, 5 minimum stars for the current ability, grey stars, might I add, 2 gold stars for the minimum potential ability, making sure you are looking at UEFA Youth League. You can set this to 15 to 21, ongoing, so it's throughout the whole season, so you can see how well they're doing. Click on confirm once again. And if we go down to it, there's currently 0 at the moment, but as we let time pass on, we will see names split into there. So with this approach, it's all about patience, making sure you have the right amount of time, the right scouts, and you've set the right parameters for your recruitment focus to be able to scout these new wonder kids. I've also set one up previously just to have a look at players who are between the ages of 15 to 21, and this is how I have set it up in the past. I've done 5 grey stars for minimum current ability and 2 for minimum potential ability. Got 3 scouts currently in here along with these scouting areas, peoples, man. So if you want another example of a recruitment focus, there is one for you right there. And with this recruitment focus, my scouts have been able to bring forward 9 players who they feel meet the criteria of this recruitment focus. So remember, it all depends on your club, peoples, man. The staff within the club, as well as their scouting range. But if we click right here, my scouting range is currently set to world, and you can see that's obviously quite the highest amount for a club to be spending on their scouting facilities. You want to make sure that you have world set if you want to make sure you have the largest amount of players to be able to scout from. If you guys are enjoying the video, make sure to hit a like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to look into my Twitch and my TikTok because I'll be posting content on there as well. I'll be going live on Twitch with my save. Make sure you guys don't miss out on that one as well. Another method I could recommend to you guys is player recommendations, and to find this so easily, click on bookmark. Obviously I've got it ready bookmarked. Click right there on the star and you want to click straight into it, and boom, this is going to give you a general range of players. So obviously not wonder kids. So obviously we see the likes of Sandro Tonali, which is pretty great. Obviously see his pros and his cons, where he compares to where he could play in our squad best based on his best position. Obviously scouts are watching him. He's had a pretty good game against Wolves, as I can see right here, and he's obviously being an excellent signing for me, but it's just way out of budget for the club, way out of budget. Currently on 53 million. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. We can keep the report though. Maybe in future things will change. As you can see right here, Eli Junior Kroupi, the guy that we scouted for our recruitment focus, has now popped up in here. We can see how good he would be. He'd been an excellent signing for the club. So that's another one we can take a look into. And another one, if we click on keep report, is Ibrahim Mbappe. Ibrahim Mbappe is, what a player, man. Terrific signing for the future. this is one we can definitely look within his profile to see he could be a good signing for us. But primarily he plays on the wings, could do a job at striker as a false 9, as it says. And these are the kind of reports that you need for your club. This all depends on your club. I'm gonna keep mentioning this, people, in this video. All depends on your club, reputation in the club, and the staff recommendations, because the staff that you sign recommend these players based on their previous experiences at different clubs or the players that they scouted in the past, or just in general. The list view gives you an overview of all the players that they're recommending to you, and you can always go back to this to be able to make sure you have these players that you want to scout over. So looking based down on this list, I can see the likes of Kalis Mera from Lyon. He is a 5'10" central midfielder. Looks pretty decent, good determination on him. Already seen a bid from Atalanta, and for that value, it's pretty cheap. Would be very good signing for the future as well. It's one I could pick up right now if I wanted to. If I wanted to spoil Atalanta's party, I'm not going to. These are players that you guys can actually scout in your saves, and the information is right there for you. It's right there. I haven't had to do anything. These are recommendations from my scouts, staff, and any other members of the team who feel that we could sign to try and improve the squad. The third and final tip for today, people's man, is scouting players through the player search and using the filters smartly to make sure you pick out the best players for your team. Obviously, I'm going to mention it one more time because it's so useful in this year's game. Bookmarks. You want to make sure that you have player database bookmarked. I'm going to click into it right here, which is next to my tactics, and we are given this screen right here. I reset up the filters so you guys know what to do. We've set the age of players to be between the ages of 15 to 19, which is done right here. The potential to be at least 4 stars, and this is in comparison to your saves. It's not in general people's, it's in comparison to the team that you're managing. And transfer value to be at most 10 million. It has brought back 66 players. Currently I have it set so that it's sorted by the scouts recommendations. I think Sports Interactive, they're still going through their bugs, so hopefully this will resolve when the main game is released with that first day patch. One extra tip I could give you guys is that if you wanted to have even more players than 66, you could push the age up to 20 or even 21. It depends on how you're feeling, people's man. So as you can see right here, we have a fella named Saviola Simmons, and if we take a look at him, physicals are looking pretty immense, pretty immense. Values looking pretty cheap for Arsenal. Technicals could be a bit better, same with the mentals, but this is a player that could do a pretty good job down that left flank as a left wing back, left back, or a midfielder on the left hand side. One other thing I'd like to mention is the use of the personality filter. You want to make sure you're looking out for model citizens, perfectionists, resolute, and fairly determined wonder kids. If they have that as their personality within their page, they're gonna perform even better compared to the players who don't have such personalities, the ones I've mentioned. What I like to do as well when I do scout for these players is make sure that this is ticked off. I want to make sure we have a broader range in terms of the transfer value. I want to choose between those that I've mentioned and have a look. I've had pretty good luck so far with fairly determined. One name I like to pick out always is Amauricio Van Axel Dongen. His physicals aren't there, but trust me, there's a player in him. There is a player in this fella. Another one I like to pick out, one of my viewers really loves, because he's the one that even found out about this guy because he's playing at their club, hence, as you guys can see right here, he's made his move to Lyon, is Malik Fofana. This Belgian Wonderkid is going to be insane. You can have a look at that speedy stats right there with acceleration and pace. Mental's looking good, technical's looking good. He looks like an all-round elite prospect for your saves, but that value is very high. And one more name I like to mention is Louis Page. I'm surprised because considering his English bias, I thought his value would be 100 million. He is only worth between 10 to 16 million, guys. You know how insane that is? Looking at his attributes as well, this is a star player you guys can sign from Leicester. I'm sure he's wanted by the big teams, as you can see. Wanted by Man City. He's wanted by Manchester City peoples. So make sure you guys are using these scouting methods to pick up these Wonder Kids, because Man City will just poach all these Wonderkids along with Chelsea as well. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed that and taken in all that information. Let me know your best methods to scout Wonderkids in your Save Peoples, man. I'm trying to know because I'm sure there's plenty of new ways to scout Wonderkids in this year's FM26. I can't wait to find out, peoples, man. And if you guys have enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Personally, me, when I see the screen right here, what I do is simply click on the first player, scroll all the way down to the bottom, hold down shift, and then right here, I just make sure that I can't even do that. It's just, what is this game? Oh my days, man.